Elfriede Jelinek stands as one of the most provocative and polarizing voices in contemporary literature. The Austrian novelist and playwright has spent decades challenging societal norms through her raw, uncompromising prose that exposes the darker aspects of modern society. Born in 1946 in Mürzuschlag, Austria, Jelinek grew up in post-war Vienna, under the shadow of her country's complicated history with fascism. This environment profoundly shaped her worldview and artistic sensibilities. Her childhood was marked by a strict upbringing from her domineering mother, who pushed her toward a musical career. Though Jelinek studied at the Vienna Conservatory, she ultimately found her true voice in literature rather than music. Her literary breakthrough came with the novel The Piano Teacher, published in 1983. This disturbing exploration of power, sexuality, and repression follows a piano teacher whose outwardly respectable life masks violent sexual fantasies and self-destructive behaviors. The novel's unflinching portrayal of female sexuality and psychological trauma established Jelinek's reputation for confronting taboo subjects with clinical precision. Jelinek's writing style defies conventional narrative structures. She employs a dense, experimental prose that often abandons traditional plot and character development. Her work features streams of consciousness, repetition, and linguistic play that creates a disorienting effect. This deliberate difficulty forces readers to engage actively with uncomfortable truths about patriarchal power structures and social hypocrisy. Throughout her career, Jelinek has remained fiercely committed to exposing what she sees as Austria's failure to confront its Nazi past. Works like Wonderful, Wonderful Times and The Children of the Dead directly address this historical amnesia. She portrays Austria not as the first victim of Hitler's aggression, as the country often portrays itself, but as a willing participant in fascism whose citizens have never fully acknowledged their complicity. Feminist themes dominate Jelinek's work. She mercilessly dissects the ways patriarchal society constrains and objectifies women. Her female characters often internalize misogyny to devastating effect. Rather than creating empowering feminist narratives, Jelinek shows how deeply entrenched gender oppression can be, offering no easy solutions or comforting conclusions. In 2004, the literary world was stunned when Jelinek was awarded the Nobel Prize in Literature. The Swedish Academy praised her for revealing the absurdity of society's clichés and their subjugating power. The decision sparked controversy, with critics dismissing her work as pornographic and misanthropic. Jelinek herself, who suffers from social anxiety and agoraphobia, did not attend the ceremony, instead sending a video message. Despite, or perhaps because of, her controversial status, Jelinek's influence on contemporary literature remains profound. Her willingness to confront uncomfortable truths about power, sexuality, and historical memory has inspired generations of writers to push boundaries in their own work. Her plays continue to be performed throughout Europe, challenging audiences with their experimental form and unflinching content. Elfriede Jelinek reminds us that literature at its most powerful does not comfort or reassure but disturbs and provokes. In a world increasingly drawn to simple narratives and easy answers, her complex, challenging voice remains essential. Through her uncompromising artistic vision, she forces us to confront the contradictions and hypocrisies that lie at the heart of modern society.